Hello and welcome to our fourth and final week in our series of breathwork and meditation to boost your immune system. I'm so thankful that you've stayed with me this far. Unless you are picking this up on in some different way where you're just getting this as a master class or a replay of some sort, you can, if you want to purchase the series with the other three sequences of meditations that go along with some of the hows and the whys and the science of why it works to target different parts of your body. We have your brain, blood, and oxygen levels. We have one for heart and lungs. We just have a great series in store for you. And this last meditation, or this last series that we're going to do, we're going to talk about different meditations that you can do when you're sick. Of course, as I have said all along, this is not to replace medical advice. I'm not suggesting that breath work and meditation is going to make you superhuman and your body is never going to get sick. That's just not realistic. Even the healthiest of us are still going to take in viruses and bacteria and other illnesses, and we're still going to experience illness. Breath work and meditation is uh, like going to the gym for your body's overall health, or like taking a supplement when it comes to vitamins. It helps boost your immune system. It helps support your overall health, but it's not an insurance for anything. It helps. So what we're going to talk about today is different things that you can do, different ways that you can meditate when you do get sick. So sometimes it's difficult, either just it's exhausting when you're sick, or a lot of times meditation includes a lot of deep breathing. We've done a lot of inhales and exhales, and when you're sick, a lot of times your sinuses and your chest and your throat can't handle that sort of stuff. So how can you still meditate when you're sick, and why do you even still want to meditate when you're sick? And we'll talk about some of those things. So let us continue on. And all right, meditations during illness. I mean, of course, when you are sick, the number one priority is to get rest and relaxation, take care of yourself. Meditation should be done as something that you want to do. It will help support your overall system if you can take time to place your awareness on your wellness and to support your system and still continue to focus on positive thinking and positive directions when you're ill. So we're going to have 10 different meditations. We're going to have the cuddle up meditation, the shower meditation, sinus and vagal massage meditation. We're going to talk about music and binaural beats. We're going to have tea and soup meditation, bumblebee breath. We're going to talk about a compress meditation, visualization meditation, art meditation, and also we're going to talk about aroma meditation. Now, because there's 10, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on each one. I'm going to give you a simple overview. I am going to be following a workbook. You should be, if you purchased this or you got this in some sort of an email or anything that might have prompted you to come to get this workbook, you should already have this, and this series follows this workbook. If you do not have this, if you're watching this and you do want this workbook, please contact me and I'll get it to you. So we are just going to briefly go over some of these meditations. Some I'll go into a little bit more explanation if I think it's not quite as user-friendly or obvious. But I will, some of these, some do take a little bit extra explanation. I'll give you some links to some YouTube videos that explain a little bit more in depth of how to do some of these things if you want to. So a cuddle up meditation. So have you ever noticed that when you're sick or you're depressed or things are getting difficult, that you feel like just getting under the covers and getting away from the world and just hiding? Well, there's a good reason for that. when our hormone levels go up, our cortisol level goes up, that's the stress hormones go up, our body automatically knows it wants to feel better, right? And so it wants to produce the chemicals that make us feel more relaxed and happy. And so when our body knows that when we snuggle up, that we're going to produce oxytocin, and oxytocin is known as the cuddle up hormone. And when you get into a little warm, fuzzy, cuddly state, you start to feel happier. So it's a good thing when your body says, oh, I just want to get under the covers. Sometimes we equate that as a negative thing, but it's not necessarily so. What makes the difference is where our thought process goes once we get in that bed under those covers, and where we go from there. What are our ruminations? What are we thinking? A lot of times we get under the covers and we're just like, oh, I hate this. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, I hate my body. And it's all about the negatives, the hate, the this, the that. And that actually works against what your body's trying to do. Your body wants you to cuddle up so it can make those good, feel good, happy hormones. But then you get under there, you get in those covers, you get all those wonderful things that make you happy. And then your thoughts go right back to the same thoughts that raise the stress levels. So you're working against yourself when you do that. So what happens, why you can use this cuddling time, the snuggle up, cuddle up meditation as a meditation, is by getting under the covers and supporting what your body is wanting to do. You get in the covers, you get your, instead of resisting it, let it happen. Get in your favorite socks, get in your most comfy robe and pajamas, get a stuffed animal, a pet. If you have a person that's willing to do this with you, let them get involved as well. Get comfortable, get cozy, and then control your thoughts. What I want you to do is be thankful. Focus on the things you're thankful for. Are you thankful for your covers, your pillow, your bed? I know we all love our bed. Like even people who love to travel, the one thing that we always want and miss when we're gone is our bed. So when we're sick, if nothing else seems like you can find good in, you know you can find good in your bed. So be thankful for any other items you have, your favorite socks. Just take time to think about those things. And when you breathe, like I said, when you're ill, you can't really concentrate on your breath the same way you would in normal meditation. I would like you to still try to slow your breath down, but don't worry if it's through your mouth or through your nose. Just don't make your breath the main thing. It is good if you can slow your breathing down, because slow breathing does help support the reducing of the cortisol and the rising of the oxytocin. And it does help your overall relaxation experience. Slow breathing is equated with being calm and relaxed and happy and supporting your body in those efforts. So you want to just enjoy those moments. And maybe this might even be a good time to include a self massage where you might want to massage your sinuses, your temples, your bridge, or your nose. Maybe if it's not too sore, you can, massage under your neck, some of the lymph nodes there. Just take time to do what feels good. Allow yourself to cuddle up. You can do that. It's very good for you. And here in this workbook, I do go into a little bit more detail about how to do this cuddle up that I was telling you about the gratefulness, even give a hug. You have your pillow, you have yourself, you have a pet, whatever. Just even give a hug. A hug promotes your happy hormones, gratitude, and just enjoying the moment. So be happy and know that meditation doesn't have to be difficult. You can just cuddle up, immerse yourself in that moment, and you can be meditating. All right. The second one is a shower meditation. Shower meditation is great. It's great in everyday life because it doesn't take up any extra time. You can do this while you're doing your regular showering. You don't have to waste water or do anything extra. What a shower meditation is about, it's a mindfulness meditation exercise, which is all about immersing your entire self in the shower, in the feeling of the water dripping down your face and your body, the way the shampoo feels and smells, the way the soap smells and feels. You can even open up your mouth, and even if you don't want to taste the water, you can at least just open your mouth and breathe in, see if there's like a different feeling. And another reason why a shower is so great when you're not well, if you get a nice hot steamy shower going, if you can take deep breaths in, that's really good because that steam is going to help your sinuses. It can even loosen up some of the congestion in your chest. And just take time to be thankful for the moment, thankful for the steam. A lot of times you can breathe better in the shower because of the steam. Take a moment just to appreciate the breathing and being able to breathe better than you can when you're out of the shower. So it's just all about enjoying the moment, enjoying the feeling, enjoying the smells. You might even, you're in some of the other meditations we're going to talk about aroma meditations. You can even include maybe some of your essential oils or a eucalyptus sprig in your shower. That's going to help with your breathing and all that stuff. And you can also even use going back to you can use a massage as well. And also don't forget your positive affirmations. Your positive thinking is crucial. If you get in there and you're doing all these great actions, but your thoughts don't align with your actions, you're fighting against yourself. Your thoughts need to be full of gratitude. They need to be in a positive direction of healing. And when you do that, it just supports what your body wants to do. If you're going to decide to go in there, do the right actions, but think the negative thoughts, you're fighting against yourself. So don't forget those positive affirmations. All right, so another one is self-massage. And again, a lot of these things can be intermingled. You can do the self-massage and the cuddle up meditation. You can do the self-massage in the shower as well, or you can just do it all by itself. So self-massage is another meditative practice where you concentrate on areas where you can have some acupressure points, just areas where you can feel some relief. So with your sinuses, some of your self-massage points are going to be the bridge of your nose, right here, outwards, on the side of your nose. Right here, there's acupressure points if you just push in or even massage in a circle. Okay. Your temples, obviously. Talked about under the chin, there's actually even some lymph nodes under your chin. So if it's if it's painful or really sore, then just ignore it. But if it feels good, go for it. Keep working it. You can also, your eyebrow area, you can massage above your eyebrows. You can even pinch the tops and the bottoms like this. That gives a lot of relief. And you can also cup your hands like this, your fingers behind your ears, and just massage all the way down. You also have more lymph nodes when you get to the little bump at the bottom of your head. There's some lymph nodes down there as well. Just going down, keep massaging down to your chin, and even down to the sides of your neck. And just again, enjoying that massage, giving yourself relief, and don't forget those positive thoughts. And now, number 4, music or binaural beats. Since the beginning of time, our bodies have responded well to music. Our bodies are energetic frequencies. We are energy, music is energy, and our bodies respond to that energy of sound. The theory is that binaural beats can help you create a frequency needed for your brain to create the same waves commonly experienced during a meditation practice. So what they say is when you listen to binaural beats, the brainwave frequency matches up to your desired result. So binaural beats can be found. It's easy. It's really easy and even free. You can look them up on YouTube. There's some websites, people who create their own binaural beats. Binaural beats, if you just have them as pure binaural beats, they're a little bit annoying in my opinion. They just kind of sound like beeping. Or you can find people who embed the binaural beats into beautiful music or ambient sounds like the ocean, the wind, fire crackling, that sort of thing. So it's really easy. You just go online, do a search, listen for things that resonate with you. Now, I will say, full disclosure, there is not a lot of hard data that supports that binaural beats work. I bring it up because I use it all the time and I have found binaural beats work very well for me. Some people, not so much. Is it placebo effect? Does it really work? I don't know. But music is comforting in and of itself. That's not disputable. Music is powerful to the human experience. So just taking time, whether it's binaural beats or just some calming music that makes you feel better, that helps you to relax, immerse yourself in it. Again, the difference between just the act of listening to music versus music meditation is immersing yourself in it. Listen to the beats. See if you can feel any beats resonating in different parts of your body. Ask yourself, when there's a certain note that hits that you really like, where do you feel that present itself in your body? Do you feel a flutter in your stomach? Do you feel something in your chest? Does it lift your spirits? Does it inspire you? It's all about really going inward and focusing on the music and becoming the music. That's what meditation is. Whatever you do, if you do a meditative dance, you don't just dance, you become the dance. When you do meditative art, you don't just do art, you become the art. It's about you become the creator and the observer, and it's about the process. It's not just the end result. It's not just about something I like or I don't. It's about immersing yourself in it. And especially, getting into music that you love can really help put you in a meditative state and take you away from feeling icky for just maybe even a minute or two is worth it. All right. So going on to our next one, number 5, we have food and beverage meditation. So a lot of times food or beverages make us feel really good. Soups, tea, water, juice. Doesn't matter what it is exactly. You can meditate on it. Again, what's the difference between just eating and drinking versus a meditation involving eating and drinking? Again, it's about immersing yourself in it, about being fully present. So it's about looking at what you have and being very mindful of the ingredients. For example, one of my favorite teas to make to support wellness is a tea. I just put it on the stove. I slice up some lemon, some slices of ginger. I'll put in some cinnamon and I'll let it boil for a bit and I'll put in some honey. And the way that you can do this, you can concentrate on while it's brewing, watching the bubbles, looking at the different ingredients. The lemon, has a lot of powerful qualities for healing. It's antibacterial. It has a lot of vitamin C. Cinnamon helps with blood sugar levels. The ginger is an anti-inflammatory. Honey also antibacterial. So taking time to think on each of those ingredients, being thankful that nature has its own apothecary that is easy to use and make, and it's not toxic for my body like some medications are. And please don't get me wrong, I'm not against medications, but when I can use something natural, that is my first preference. So I'm not against, you can even do a NyQuil meditation if that's what you want. If that's giving you peace and pleasure, go for it. But food, beverage, you can even say a medication meditation. But I do like just even with the NyQuil, think of the things like, oh, it helps me rest. Oh, it helps my sinuses opening up. Whatever it is that you're consuming, be thankful for it. Be thankful for those ingredients, maybe even thankful for the people who brought them to you. My teeth, I can think about the people who picked the lemons, who put the cinnamon in the containers and took them to the grocery store, and be thankful for the people who brought these together so that I could put it together and have it. And if you're doing a NyQuil or meditation, be thankful for the scientists who knew all that they knew so that they can bring this to you for quicker relief. And then take in the scent when you pour, the tea in your cup. Once it's done brewing, notice how the color of the water changes. Take time to watch the steam rise. See if you can smell, see if that steam again can help clear some of your sinuses. Really be present when you do finally, when it's cool enough to take a sip. Savor it. Where do you notice the taste on your taste buds? Where on your tongue is the most present sensation? And a lot of times that heat from a tea, or if it's something cold, you can feel it, and it feels so good going down when you're sick. It feels extra good. Enjoy that. Be thankful for it. See if you can be present and aware, if you can feel it going even down into your chest and into your stomach. Just be present for the whole thing and aware and thankful. And that's basically what a food and beverage meditation is. So a lot of these meditations, like I said, when you're sick, regular breath work or pranayama isn't going to work very well because there's a lot of deep breathing through your nose and your chest a lot of the times. Bumblebee breath, you can do a modification where it can actually be comfortable. So again, if it's not comfortable, if it doesn't feel right, if you have an infection of any sort, you can put this off. But if you are in the mood to do some sort of breath work or pranayama, this is a good one to do, because although traditionally your inhale is through your nose, it doesn't have to be, because the majority of this breath work is about your exhale. So what you do with bumblebee breath, and I did this a little bit, I think in the first or second video in our series. I can't remember right offhand, but we did do bumblebee breath, but it was a variation of it. This one, there's a couple ways to do. It's a little bit different, and I'll explain a little bit how bumblebee breath is done. All right, so let's say your sinuses are too clogged to breathe through your nose. That's fine. So you can take a deep breath in, right? And when you breathe out, you're going to want to make a sound like a bumblebee. Like, right? And one tip for making a really great buzzing sound is to put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, just the tip of your tongue on the roof. I don't think you can see that, but anyway, so you can breathe in, either nose or mouth, doesn't matter, and out. Just nice, slow, and controlled. Should feel a little bit of a buzzing on your skull. So to get even more of a reverberation, there's a couple things that you can do with your hands. You can either place your middle finger or your thumb on the tiny flap of your ear and just lightly press it in. And breathe in and out. Mm. And by closing the flaps on your ears, that amplifies the reverberation. That vibration, it's like a massage for your entire skull. It massages your sinuses, your head, your throat. And it has a lot of benefits if you can handle, if your sinuses and throat and everything are in the condition to be able to handle it, it can be very soothing and very helpful. So the other thing that you can do with your hands as well is to place your fingers on the different pressure points of your face, right? And then using your thumb to push in those flaps, right? Breathing in and out with your tongue, the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth, making the bumblebee sound. Mm. There you can really, really hear and feel that vibration when you include the fingers and thumb into that. So a very powerful breath if your sinuses and chest and throat can handle it at the time. And number 7 is the compress meditation. A compress meditation, also much like the other mindfulness meditations that we talked about, like the food and beverage meditation, the shower meditation, the cuddle up meditation. This also is just about enjoying your senses, what's around you, being present in the moment, and really noticing the sensations of the compress that you have. So it doesn't matter, whatever feels good to you. You can get a hot compress or a cold compress, whatever seems like it would feel best to you or what's at your disposal at the time. And just take time to feel it in your hand, really connect with it. Always try to slow your breathing down. Again, when you're sick, I don't want your breath to be your main concern. Slow is always better, but I don't want you frustrated because of your breath. Just breathe the best way that you can. And if you can slow your breathing, do that as best you can, but concentrate more on the feeling of the compress. First, feel it in your hands, really connect with it, and then do a body scan. Go through your body and really notice what is feeling achy, what needs more loving attention than others, and then start to put your compress in the areas where needed. This is another time where you need to make sure you get in your positive thinking. You might even want to include some mantras, like, say, if you put it on your forehead, you can either, as you breathe in, just think, I enjoy the feeling of this on my forehead. I am thankful for this compress as you breathe out. Putting it on your neck. I'm thankful for the way this compress feels on my neck. Breathing out, I enjoy the feeling of this compress. It doesn't matter what exactly your mantra is, just concentrate on the positive feelings. You might even want to have a positive thing like, I can feel myself getting better and better. Whatever resonates with you, whatever feels good, just keep those thoughts positive to match your positive actions for optimal support of your body and your immune system to help you heal. All right, now visualization. Visualization is very powerful. I've included it in every single meditation of this series. It's always been a key part of each meditation. So same goes with the meditations when you're sick. It's important to visualize, sorry, your wellness, your overall well-being. Set it in your head. Imagine yourself well. Imagine positive things happening in your body. Imagine clear sinuses. Um, if you have a hard time doing that, maybe just you can imagine um, maybe giving a hug to the different parts of your body that are ailing and just sending love instead of like, oh, I hate my throat. My throat is so annoying. This is terrible. Well, instead of focusing and ruminating on what you don't like about it, maybe just like, I love my throat. I want to send loving kindness to my throat. Imagining giving my throat a hug, not choking, of course. Imagine giving your, throat, maybe imagine putting a little band-aid on it or feeding it some chicken soup or just anything that brings you comfort, that sends love to that area. I've also mentioned in every single meditation in this series, I've mentioned this book right here, You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I do not get any royalties for sharing this book with you. This is just a book that I love very much. Dr. Joe Dispenza does an amazing job combining the science behind meditation and how it affects your body. I can't explain it half as well as he does. So I really suggest getting this book, reading it. This is a quote that I've used also in every single meditation, where he says, many experiments on mental rehearsal, visualization, prove that when you concentrate on a particular region of your body, your thoughts stimulate the region in the brain that governs that part. And if you keep doing it, physical changes in the brain sensory area will follow. And if you keep placing your awareness in that same area of the body, you'll build stronger brain maps to that area. And I've found this to be very true in my own life. And has a lot of years of experience and study and research behind it all. So make sure to visualize your wellness, because it is powerful just by itself. And if you visualize and include that in other meditations, that's just going to amplify what you're already doing. All right, in art meditation is fun. So what is the difference between just doing art and an art meditation? Art meditation, it's about the process. It's about going inward. It's about bringing your inner self out onto the paper. It's about concentrating and focusing. And you can use your pen and paper or paint and paper or whatever you have to help you focus and concentrate. You can focus on a word, or you can just connect your breath, with drawing doodles. You can like put dots and breathe like one, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. So there's all kinds of ways that you can meditate depending on what you want to do. If you want to focus on an affirming word, or if you just want to focus on being able to concentrate on your breathing, or if you just want to use colors intuitively to see what comes out, see if you can flesh out your inner workings and see how it comes out on a piece of paper. So when you do art, it's all about the end process. Is it going to look like a cup? Is it going to follow a certain master in the arts? That's not what art meditation is about. Art meditation doesn't care about form. It doesn't care about how good you are. It doesn't care about realism. It doesn't care if you're following the instructions of the masters. It's just about connecting with the pen and paper, about connecting with yourself. It's about seeing yourself as an observer. It's about the process and about you learning about yourself as a person, or even just focusing on something else to get your mind off of the ickiness that you feel, and helping yourself. Maybe if you're having a hard time, like it's easy to ruminate on the things you don't like when you're sick, right? So maybe when you're doodling, you can, it's sometimes it's easier to focus on something like focusing on the color you like, or using a word of affirmation that you like within your doodling or drawing or painting. There's all kinds of ways, and I'm going to include more meditations. I do already have on my YouTube channel a doodle meditation that's um, a focus word doodle meditation. And I'm planning on this coming year adding a lot more art meditations so that you can follow along. But art meditation is also great because it's a good distraction, and it's, you also don't need to use your breathing. It doesn't matter if you can breathe through your nose or not. So art meditation is a really great way to meditate as well when you're sick. All right, then there's aroma meditation. So the combination of aromatherapy and meditation goes way back, way back into the history of many cultures, and scents have always been highly regarded as something that brings emotional value. So the use of aromatherapy oils for meditation is a great way to enhance your meditation. It makes it much more effective. And there's other ways to bring scents into your meditation and use them throughout the day or when you're sick. So I do want you to be very aware though, when you do use some aromas, especially if you're using oils, please make sure you know if some of those oils are not meant to be drank or ingested whatsoever. Some of them are just meant to be topical. Some of them are just meant to be put in the diffuser so you can smell. So please be very aware of the type of oil that you're using. Please, you always want to use safety. You know, so some of these scents that you might want to have on hand when you're sick is sage. The picture that we have up there on the board, that is a bundle of sage, and that is a very powerful bacteria killer. A lot of people think of sage and they just think of people trying to get rid of ghosts, whatever. But there's actually a very practical scientific use to sage. Sage, there's some studies that show that it kills up to 94% of bacteria that's airborne. There's some people who dispute that, but what's not disputed is that it is actually helpful. The percentage amount might be up in the air, no pun intended, but it is a very healthy thing to burn in your house. It's healthier, it's not toxic. Like Lysol can kill bacteria, but it's also a toxic chemical. And sage is a lot safer. So some other oils that you might want to consider looking into is thieves, which can reduce some flu and cold symptoms. Peppermint is good for nausea, headaches, and congestion. Lemon oil is a good decongestant and an antiviral agent. German chamomile helps with headaches, muscle aches, and pains. Oregano oil, it's antiviral, antibacterial, and also anti-parasitic. Lavender oil is also an antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, it's a decongestant, and also very relaxing. Then eucalyptus, like I mentioned in the shower, they actually sell sprigs of eucalyptus that you can, that's made to put up over your shower so that as the steam comes down, it releases the smell of eucalyptus. But there's also essential oils that have eucalyptus in it, and it also eases your respiratory symptoms and is also very soothing. And again, when you do an aromatherapy meditation, you're just going to immerse yourself in the senses. You're going to sit there, take time to breathe it in as much as you can. If it's an oil that's topical, you can include your self massage. Some of the oils you might want to check. Some of them are better, if you put them on different parts of the body, like it's absorbed better if you put it on your foot or your neck or your wrists. So it's important, if you do look into these oils, be mindful to look into how they're best used, where they're best used, and where you shouldn't use them at all. So, yeah, I will put more more tutorials that will be short and sweet if you want to look into more how to do these deeper. And if you have any questions, please let me know if there's anything you'd like expanded upon. Again, I hope you've been able to tap into the other weeks. We had week 1, which was with heart and lungs. Week 2 was with nervous system, throat, and sinus. Week 3 was brain, oxygen levels, and blood. And then, of course, this week, different meditations that you can do when you do get sick. You can find this course as well as many others at my website, which is happilymeditated.yoga. I also offer other classes, workshops. If you're local here in the Raleigh-Durham area, we have retreats, and I'm also planning on doing retreats that are, other places as well in the world. I'd love to do some tropical places, some cruises. That'd be great. So stay tuned and let me know what you're interested in. We also offer online yoga classes at Happily Meditated .yoga, where we have yoga masters from around the world to teach you hatha yoga, increasing your flexibility, pranayama, kundalini yoga, meditation classes. And we also have classes not only for students, but if you want to become a certified meditation facilitator or a yoga coach or teacher facilitator, we have certification classes for those as well. So please let me know if you have any questions. Connect with me on social media if you haven't already. I'm on Happily Meditated on Facebook and Instagram. I have my Happily Meditated YouTube channel where I have different guided meditations as well as information and hacks and all that other good stuff. And of course, happilymeditated.yoga. I hope to see you there. And I hope you will join me for my next class, course, workshop, or retreat. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you. Namaste.